Hi, I'm Alice. Welcome to this gentle stretch class. It's going to be a really nice, short, grounding class that'll give you the opportunity to tune into yourself, see how you're feeling, and then release some tension and have a nice little stretch. So clear a space, get into some comfy clothes, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start today's class in child's pose. So come into a kneeling position, bring your knees together and then sit back onto your heels. Lean forward, bringing your chest towards your legs and reach your arms out in front of you, relaxing down into your mat. Take a few breaths here just to feel your body move into your body. Take a minute to relax and tune in to what you're feeling, what you feel like you need. And already tuning in to your breath, so taking deep breaths through your nose, filling your body with air, filling your body with space, and feeling any tension, feeling where you need to release. Adding in a little side stretch, walk your hands around to the right side and then relax over towards your mat again. Taking deep breaths. Okay, now walk your hands through the centre to the left side. Taking a deep breath and relaxing to the left. Come back to centre and then roll up onto your hands. Moving into a tabletop position so you can spread your knees out a little bit so that underneath your hips, directly stacked underneath. Your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do cat-cow. So inhale, reach your chest forward, your tailbone up. Exhale, curve on up, push away from your mat, connect with your hands, with your knees. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, curve on up. One more time. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, curve on up. Coming back into a neutral straight spine, making sure your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders again, knees underneath hips. Release your right leg off of the floor, still bent, and start to make little circles with your knee, just releasing your hip. Whatever feels nice, any range of circles that feels really nice for you right now. Breathing and drawing your air into your hips. Reverse that motion, reverse your circle. And plant that leg down. We'll repeat on the left side, so lift off your left leg and start to make little circles with that knee. Taking those deep breaths still. Reverse your circles. And plant your left leg back down. So keeping your knees where they are, walk your hands forwards. Inhale, feel your spine lengthen, your body fill with air. And then exhale, let your chest sink down into your mat, into this puppy pose. Every inhale, filling your body. Every exhale, allowing yourself to relax. Be more comfortable, sink deeper into every pose. one more deep breath. And then inhale, come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes and then sit on back to your heels. So if this is really uncomfortable, sitting on your toes tucked like this, you can always just release them and sit back down or find another comfortable seated position, because we're just going to open out the shoulders and the neck here, but we're just adding a little bit of a toe stretch at the same time. So we're going to do a heart opener. You're going to clasp your fingers together. Inhale, push your palms forward, curve your chest. Inhale, deeper, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your hands, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Again, inhale, push. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop your arms down your back. One last time. Inhale, push, reach. Drop your arms down your back, exhale. So at any time you can untuck these toes, but we're just going to roll your shoulders up and back, making little circles with your shoulders, releasing any tension here. Moving with your breath, moving what feels nice for you right now. And reverse your circles. See if you can clasp your fingers behind your back, draw your shoulder blades together and just open out your chest for a minute. Just opening out your shoulders this way. Opening out the heart center, creating space. So you can release that, and we'll just release the neck a little bit. Inhale, look up. Just a little bit, leaving space behind your neck to keep your neck supported. Exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, look on up. Exhale, chin to chest. Now, keeping your chin at your chest, start to make little semicircles across your collarbone with your chin, looking from one side to the other. Just moving at your own pace, moving what feels nice. Releasing your neck. And coming back to center. So walking your hands forwards. If that was a lot on your toes, release your toes and you can just hit the top of your feet really gently on the floor, releasing any tension. And then tuck your toes again. Press down into your hands and reach your hips on up into downwards facing dog. Keep your knees bent, because this is the first downwards facing dog we're doing this practice. And focus on lengthening out your spine through your chest, reaching your spine up through your sit bones up towards your hips. Lengthening out. Ground down into the four corners of your hands. Ground down into the four corners of your feet. Really feel this connection as you take 5 deep breaths. Inhale, look forward, and with baby steps walk towards your wrist with bent knees until you can release your hands if that's what you want, and just relax over your bent legs into this nice forwards fold. You can cup opposite elbow, add a little sway, whatever feels like it's releasing, like it's helping, not pushing through any real pain, just maybe a little stretch. Release your elbows if you were cupping them. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come up to standing. So let's just release those shoulders a little bit more. What you're going to do is bring your right hand to your left shoulder blade at the back, extend your left arm up, and then lengthen over the right side, trying to keep this long straight line across the back, but just stretching sideways. Lengthen your arms out and we'll repeat on the opposite side. So bringing the opposite arm, which one we're using, the left arm to the right shoulder blade, lengthening up to the left side. Okay, lengthen your arms out really wide, take up the space. And then we're just going to do a little assisted arm stretch. So bring your right arm up above, reach it along to the back of your neck. Bring your left arm up, cup that opposite elbow and try to draw really gently the arm down the back. And switch to the opposite side. So left arm down the back, right arm cupping the elbow, reaching your arm down your back. Just a real gentle assist. We're not forcing your arm anywhere, just giving it a little help to get that stretch. Still taking those deep breaths. Tuning into your body, seeing how this feels, seeing if you need to adjust, make it more challenging, a little bit less strong, whatever you need in this moment. Okay, release your arms, maybe shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to flow. So bring your feet together at the front of your mat, spread your toes out. You can lift your toes up and plant them back down. Just distribute your weight evenly, press down into the four corners of your feet. Engage your legs, lifting up your kneecaps. Engage your core to support all of your body by bringing your navel in and up, just 40% maybe, just enough to support. Shine your tailbone down towards the ground for that nice pelvic alignment. Open out those shoulders that we've released, draw them down your back. Chin parallel to the floor. Breathing through your nose. Feel the crown of your head rising up towards the sky so that you feel long. You can feel the energy moving through your spine. And see if you can feel your body expanding with the air that you're taking in. Creating space inside so that you can stretch out and take up more space. Okay, inhale, raise your arms up, reach up, exhale, bend over your knees. Inhale, lengthen out your spine, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands down, step on back to a high plank position, lengthen out your spine, and lower down to your mat. Inhale, reach your chest through into upwards facing dog. Exhale, roll over your toes or go through tabletop into downwards facing dog. You can lengthen out your legs here if that feels nice, taking 5 breaths in down dog. Look forward to your hands and then inhale, just lift off your right, I'm going to do it on my left, but your right foot, bend your knee. Draw your knee forward and then plant it on your mat so that you're kneeling on that right knee. Then we're going to bring the left leg to cross and cross in to that right leg. Okay? And then sit on back onto your heel of the lower cross leg. So this top right leg can come off of the ground. And then we're going to lean forward like we did in child's pose. and just lengthen over this cross leg position. I might turn so maybe you can see better this way, and then lengthen over your legs. Bring your hands back down to your mat, a bit closer than they were, and then uncross your leg and bring that front leg again onto your mat. This time extend your back leg back and away from you so it's long, and try and sit on up into this pigeon pose. Lean forward and bring your arms towards your mat. So we're stretching through the glute, the upper part of your leg in this pigeon pose. Connecting with the stretch, connecting with your breath. You can even bring your head to your mat if you have the space to do so, if it feels right for you today. And really connect with this grounding pose. If you feel like you want a stronger stretch and you are sat on your mat, you can bring your front right leg to more of a right angle and try to sit up straighter onto this parallel back left leg. And again, lean forward over your leg. Making a pillow with your hands or reaching your arms forward. And let's move on to the other side. So press your hands back down into your mat, tuck your back toes and push back into downwards facing dog. So repeating on the left side, draw your left knee towards your chest and then plant it down onto your mat so that you're kneeling on this front left leg. Lift off your back right leg and then cross your thighs, sitting back onto your right heel. Leaning forward over your cross-legged. Taking deep breaths. Filling your body with air, and then as you exhale, relaxing, sinking deeper into your posture. Moving into pigeon, reach that knee forward again, that front left knee, plant it down, and then this time extend your right leg back so that you're sitting in this pigeon pose. Extend your body forward, lengthen your spine, and reach forward as far as you can to add that extra length. And again, if you're comfortable here, you can bring your front leg into a nice right angle position. Sitting in a little bit deeper into your hips and then reaching forward with your hands. Pressing back up, press into your hands, tuck your back toes, lift on back to downwards facing dog. Take a deep breath and then look forward, come forward into a comfortable seated position. Extend your legs out long and we're going to have a nice forward fold. So inhale, raise your arms up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lengthen forwards over your legs, reaching along your legs anywhere that you like, or you can hook your big toe with your first two fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs, reaching the crown of your head towards your feet. Keeping this posture active, keeping the length in the legs, the length in the body, and breathing deeply. Inhale to come back up, and we're just going to add a little wide-legged stretch to this forwards fold. So open out your legs into a little angle. It doesn't need to be very wide. It's not a split or anything crazy. It's just a little triangle. So reach forward again for anywhere along your legs that feels nice. You can always just put your hands in front of you wherever you feel right. And inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your legs, reaching your chest towards the ground. Taking 5 deep breaths and sending your breath to wherever you feel a stretch, probably your inner thigh, just a guess. But just really relaxing, really creating space where you feel like you need it, where you feel there's any tension. And each exhale, allowing yourself to sink further down. Letting your body trust yourself to open up. Inhale, lengthen on up, come on up. Bring your legs back together. And then we're going to turn to the side of your mat, the long edge of your mat. Bringing your right leg in close to your sit bones, bending your right knee. So we're going to add a side stretch. Inhale, lengthen your arms out wide. Lengthen your spine up straight. And then exhale, reach on over to your extended left leg. Reaching your upper arm up and over towards that leg too, but wherever you are is right. As long as you're feeling that side stretch and you're grounding down your both sit bones into your mat. Inhale, come on back up, and we'll move into gate pose. So bring your hands onto the ground in front of you and see if you can rock on up to your knees so you're kneeling over that right leg. Extend your right arm to the side and then extend your left arm up and over the right side. So see if you can find the length from your top left fingertips all the way to your left toe. And now we're going to move to a lunge. So bring your weight over onto your left leg. Bend and roll your arms around to the long edge of your mat until you're at the front of your mat. And then swivel around into a lunge. So you can keep your toes tucked, or you can extend, bringing the top of your foot onto your mat. Making sure that your knee of your left leg is either directly above your ankle or a little bit further back, but never in front of your foot. And we're releasing your hips down towards your mat, lengthening out your two legs away from each other. Breathing deeply. So you can stay here with your hands on your mat, or if it feels better for you, you can come up bringing your hands to your hips. Not really pushing, but just envisioning your hands pushing your hips further down, further forward, Never into any real pain, just a little stretch. Or you can reach your arms up as well, bring space to your side body, really expanding out. And let's rock back. So bring your hands to the mat and rock on back towards the weight onto your right leg. So your left leg is long. Just releasing your hamstring a little bit in this left leg. And like I'm doing here, you can rock your foot backwards and forwards, finding what feels nice. You can even come down onto your elbows, just wherever you can feel a good stretch. And then the last thing in this little sequence, we're going to rock back forward into a lunge and then come into lizard pose. So bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot and then walk your left foot further than hip distance apart. Don't know whether you can see, I'll go up so that you can see. And then let your left leg roll over the edge of your left foot. And just feel your hips releasing a little bit wider. To add a little bit more into it, you can plant your left foot evenly back down. Bend your back right leg, release your left hand, and then reach back for your foot. A bit more of a quad stretch. And a little bit of a twist. Release your foot, plant both hands back down, and let's move to the opposite side. So tucking your back toes, push back into downwards facing dog. And come back forwards into a comfortable seated position. Turn around to the long edge of your mat and let's repeat on the opposite side. So extending your right leg long, bringing in your left leg with a bent knee, and we'll move into a side stretch. So inhale, lengthen your body up, lengthen your arms out wide. Exhale, fold sideways over your extended right leg. Come on back up. Moving into gate pose, bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Come on up to a kneeling position, extending your left arm out to the side, extending your right arm up and long, making that long line from your hand to your extended right leg. And then coming around into a lunge. So bending your right knee, coming over with your weight to the right side, swiveling your left leg around until you're in this nice lunge. Drawing your hips down, drawing your legs away from each other, creating that space in the leg. And again, if you want, you can bring your hands up to your hips, making sure your knee is in line with your ankle. Gently persuading your hips to open out a little bit more, not creating any pain. Or even extending your arms up towards the sky, grounding down to that front foot. Release your hands, plant your hands back down, press back into your left leg. Extending your right leg long and maybe rocking back and forth, whatever feels good for you today. Stretching that hamstring a little bit. And still breathing, remember to breathe, moving with the breath, tuning into how you feel, adjusting to what feels good for you. And then moving forward into lizard pose, so coming back into lunge, bringing your right hand on the inside of your right leg, shuffling that right leg out to the side of your mat or further than hip distance, bringing your hands back to the center, and then letting that front leg rock out over the side of your foot, opening out your hips a little bit more. Like all of these poses, you can come down onto your elbows if that feels good. But coming up onto your hands again to add the little extra twist and quad stretch. So bend your left knee and reach back for your left foot. Adding this little twist, this little extra stretch. And breathing deeply. Take one more deep breath. And release your foot. Bring your hand back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes, push back into downward facing dog. Almost at the end here, guys. Roll on forwards into high plank. Find that length. Let's have a few little breaths in plank. Just to find that core support. And exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Walk your hands forwards. Elbows and forearms onto the ground. Reaching your upper back forwards, making sure your legs are parallel, hip distance apart. And feel like you're a tortoise reaching out of its shell, reaching forward with your chest, but keeping your core supported, not sitting down into your back, into this Sphinx pose. When we're releasing the legs and we're working on leg stretches, it's also quite important to work on releasing your back as well, because your lower back and your glutes are really connected. So a lot of back pain, a lot of glute pain is really related. And it's really good to work on the whole body, because we're all connected, we're all one being. So if you feel comfortable here, you can stay here, or you can press into your hands, push on up into high cobra, walking your hands as close to your body as you can, while still feeling good. Reaching your back up, reaching your navel in and up, supporting your back. And taking deep breaths. Okay guys, so push into your hands, push up to tabletop position. Bring your toes together, walk your hips out wide. And for our final pose, push on back into a wide leg, child's pose. Reaching your hands forward, reaching your chest towards the ground, and taking your final relaxation here in child's pose, letting all of your muscles relax, grounding down, connecting with the ground. And being thankful for all the work that you've done today. Done really well. A lot of hard stretches. Well done for taking the time to focus on yourself. Bring some relaxation into your body, release some tension, tune into your body. So just take this last little time to breathe and relax down completely. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Really amazing that you took this time for yourself to tune into your body. Hope that you feel stretched and grounded, and I hope you have a really great rest of your day. Namaste.